Welcome to Chitter Chatter by Flowstate, the podcast where the chat gets chilly.
We're the team behind Flowstate, myself Fiona, my partner Michael, and our friends Luca and Katie, a crew of adventure-seeking, ice-bathing, thrill-chasing humans who live for the edge of the present moment.
Each episode we hop into the ice tank with somebody from a totally different walk of life. We dive into what drives them, what chills them, and what keeps them in their flow state, whatever that feels like to them.
But it's not just ice baths and deep chats. We'll also take you along on our trips around the world, talk about stuff we get up to, and share the usual nonsense we're known for.
It's raw, it's real, it's freezing, and that's the point.
Because when you're cold enough to get your chitter,
You might just find your chatter.
Jack, as well as being a friend and co-ice trainer, is also a world champion. Time of 6 hours and 1 minute. Tell us a bit about yourself and what got him into this.
So before you get too cold, what was going through your head when you were in Mielno? When you first went? We first went to Mielno.
That I managed 2.5 hours.
Is that what you honestly thought you were going to do, 2.5?
I thought it'd give me 2.5, 3 hours. I wanted to beat my personal record.
Is that the longest you had been in before Mielno?
2 hours at the big
Just
weekend.
before 2 hours.
Just under 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
wow, so went
Sounds to
from
be
2
that.
hours to how long?
6 hours, 1 minute.
There's 1 minute.
Amazing.
So what led you up to actually starting cold water therapy or ice training?
Nah, it was one night I was at Young Carers picking up my kids, and a guy called Myro asked if I fancied coming to a waterfall for a dip.
Yep.
And I turned around and said, no fucking chance. He said, that's just mental. Left it at that. There was a no. Got home, spoke to the missus, and she says, just go. You might enjoy it. To me being me, I was like, oh, no. And she said, just go. So, get my phone, saying, right, I'll come with you. It was a Tuesday night. And it was the start of March. And we were travelling up, 7 o'clock at night, up to Campsies. Got there for about 9 o'clock, went up, set all the fires up. And then everybody came. And we got told it's too shallow to jump. So, me being me, I just went down and just jumped in. And since then, click.
So that was your first dip, was the
That was
Campsies?
my first dip at
Jesus.
night,
Ah,
10 o'clock at night.
What do you think the cold done for you that night? Like, both physically and mentally?
Switched me off.
What do you need switched off for?
Just need to switch off from life.
Aye.
Yeah.
A chill, something for me.
Yeah.
And it is for me.
Aye.
I don't remember anything when I'm in the water. Everything just disappears.
We call that flow state.
Aye.
A state where nothing else matters.
And then it travelled on from there. Take it into Polar Bear Club.
Yep.
We all had a real bit of time.
That's kind of where it was took to another level, wasn't it? We were all doing the cold water, but then obviously we, through Myro in fact,
Yep.
we brought
Yep.
Valerian Romanowski out to Loch Tay, and we had a weekend there where we learnt a lot about the cold, and we learnt a lot about the ice, and it was the first time we were actually in like an ice tank just like this, doing different things like resets and relays and long exposure, but more importantly we learnt a lot about ourselves that weekend. We came back for that weekend different people, didn't we?
I think when we come back to that weekend, I think everybody who was there that weekend had a kind of passion to pass that on to somebody else. So, and I think that united everybody kind of together, didn't it?
It did. We got the building at Minerva Street and a couple of these ice tanks in, and people just started coming about, and the community just started growing, and that's where this big. I can mind the first night you came to the club, by the way, shite in his cell. I was at 2 stories, mind. It was like upstairs, downstairs. So I went
Yeah,
upstairs.
I never seen Luca the first time he came.
That's right.
Nah.
No, because the moment I first met Luca, I said, because Mario said, there's someone at the club from Mockland that's going to beat you.
Competition.
So I was like, right, I need to come down. I
Yep.
seen Luca, chat with Luca, and we clicked.
Aye.
And we both got into the tank together.
That's right. Aye. tunes on.
Aye.
Tunes on, singing away.
I can mind that night.
That was a great
But
night.
the first night he came,
Aye.
I went upstairs and looked out the window, and he's standing out in the car park,
Yep.
pacing up and down like a scared wee boy.
But see, like what you said, like the guy that's going to beat you, I think everybody kind of get told that. So, in all honesty, we thought it would have been Luca.
It was
who-
Luca.
When we went out to Mielno that year, I suppose you were the favourite, weren't you?
Uh-huh.
I suppose. No?
At that point, if I'll be honest, man, at that point my life had lost. I'd kind of lost a bit of my passion for the getting into the ice, because you know yourself, it takes peaks and troughs like the ice.
I'm still like it.
Aye,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think we'd been training hard for the big weekend. We'd been training hard for other kind of bits and bobs, and I think I'd kind of sickened myself a wee bit of it.
I was
So
exact same that
You do,
weekend.
you get that way.
Yep.
You get that way. And that's funny because that's what Val said to us right away at the start. If you're doing any intense training, give yourself a break.
Yeah.
And we didn't quite understand that at the
Yeah.
time because you were just that into it, and it was
Aye,
brilliant. You just done it
absolutely.
all the time, but it wasn't just give your body a break, like give your mind a break
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. Because you start to dread it instead of being something that you can't wait to do. You're like, I'm getting in here for X amount of hours or
Yeah.
X amount of hundreds of resets.
Aye.
Or,
It's a high endurance sport.
yeah.
Aye, let's face it, this isn't cold water therapy.
No.
You know, cold water therapy, you can get all year round below 15 degrees of cold water. So you can get in 2-3 minutes, you can get your cold water therapy. This will push the limits of your mind more than it pushes the limits
Yeah.
of your body, although it does obviously take its toll on your
Yeah.
body as well. And that's why it is so. It is serious. You need to take it serious because
It's
the
an
cold.
endurance sport.
Aye,
That's
if you
absolutely.
underestimate the cold will make a fool of you.
Aye.
You were
Aye.
actually in the tank. You were in your tank. You're speeding your 6 hours in a minute, and I was in a tank
That's right.
over the
Over
way.
way.
And I was kind of the same as Luca. I'd lost my passion for it. I think I'd done too much. Had to give myself enough of a break. And then I'm sitting in, and I was doing long exposure. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, it was quite fun at the start because there was 6As in the tank. So we're all having quite a good bit of banter and stuff. And then it ended up I was the last person in the tank, and I was just getting really, really bored. And then I started thinking to myself, I'm not doing this for me anymore. As soon as I did come out, I decided I was finished through the cold then as well. And the next day I'd done 100 resets, and that was me. I was like,
back in it again.
I'm back in it. But like when
Yours isn't really the long exposure though, is it? I don't think you've got a passion for the long exposure.
No.
Yours was resets.
I don't like sitting in my mind. I don't like it. I like the chaos in resets. But what I was going to say, when I was in for that 6 hours as well, I think as well, they were all looking at you. I was over in the wee tank and they're watching the person who'd been there, quite rightly so, for hours and hours. But what were you feeling like in there?
I was bored after 4 hours.
Aye.
I was done. I wanted out.
Yeah.
And yet then everybody kept on saying, no, keep going.
Yep.
Keep going. Another half an hour went, no, I'm done. No, keep going. And then it got to 6 hours, 1 minute, and I got pulled out.
Got to,
Something
like,
minutes.
the dying seconds.
Aye.
And like,
Everybody's pushing to let me go a bit further just to beat the record.
Yeah.
And they let me do it.
that's right. So I think your temperature had get down to around about the
It's
35,
35.
wasn't it? And they were like, it's time to pull them. They were like, there's like 2.5 minutes left to beat the record.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
he's staying in.
But I think even when they pulled me out, it's still 35.
Yeah.
Aye,
Still,
aye.
you never
Yeah.
ever drop below
I never dropped below
35.
it.
Yeah.
But see when you went into recovery, because it always happens when you come out the ice, your temperature will drop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'll still keep dropping
Absolutely.
even when you come out the ice because the body thinks, right, and that's me, I'm done now. I can stop working as hard.
I think I went down to 31.
It actually drops. So 31 is like
Hypothermic, aye,
hypothermic.
absolutely.
But again, you were surrounded with paramedics.
Mhm.
You were surrounded with somebody that.
It took me
knew
half an
exactly
hour
what
to
you were
get back out.
Yeah. Plus
Which is
you're
which is
fine.
no bad going.
Aye,
Mhm.
that's a
you
good
know,
recovery time.
fast recovery.
But
Aye.
plus you've already trained your mind a lot. Like
Yeah.
with your all your training in and out of the ice and all your training even in and out of waterfalls, like you connected yourself with the cold basically,
Yeah.
and you knew how safe you were, even though in your hypothermic state.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was it you done? See when you couldn't get out? Because obviously you've got 5 lanes. You It's not all the time you can get out the house. How did you train yourself?
Done my feet and my hands with ice and water.
Just sitting there.
And just sitting there and just letting them take the brunt. Because that's the rest of your body's fine in the water. It's your hands and your feet that get it the most, because your whole body cuts off the blood flow to your arms and your legs to keep your core solid and keep it warm. So your feet and your hands start going tingly and start going. So most people get out as soon as they feel it. So train that to keep it going.
It's a bit of a journey, going from something where like it's essentially like a hobby to make you feel a bit better mentally, to actually becoming a world champion in a very short space of time as well.
It was very short.
Relatively.
I think it was, what, a year and a bit I'd been doing it for.
Yep.
Went over and done it. I changed my diet before I went.
Yeah.
Changed everything. All my habits changed to try and succeed.
Yeah. You took it pretty seriously, man. I remember you were.
I was sick of eggs for months.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But that's what you need to do. I think, like, if you're going to make a serious attempt at something, you really need to give it your all. Like, there's no half measures. It's just the same as if you're going to run a marathon, and you know, if you're going to cycle 100 miles, like, it's a sport essentially. When you get to this level, it's kind of beyond therapy at that point.
It is beyond a therapy. It's about pushing yourself, and it's a mental sport. Like every other sport like that, you've got to. You didn't just jump into an ice tank.
No, the first
automatically be able to
the first time I did it, I lasted a minute.
Aye. You jump in and you
and then it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then the hour.
And
then resets. I'd done them quite late in the game because I was petrified of it.
It's another thing you overcome it. It's another mental hurdle to get by the resets. A lot of things, especially to do with ice, personally speaking, you know, it becomes a hurdle in your mind that you need to get by, otherwise it will hold you back in some other aspect. So it's a training of the mind very much, and the body will follow suit.
It's definitely training of the mind.
Yeah. We've been doing this for about 3 years probably now, and that's what I've noticed. See, if you lose the mind, your temperature will plummet. As soon as a bit of panic sets in, your temperature will plummet. Regardless of how high your temperature is. As soon as that wee element of doubt and all that starts slipping in, and that's why it is. It's basically a mind game.
Absolutely.
Sitting in there is a total mind game.
I'll tell you what's even harder, doing this yourself.
For me personally, I prefer doing it. Maybe not myself. Maybe there's people doing about me, obviously keeping an eye on things and all that. But as soon as I go into that tank, the last thing I want to do is talk to anybody.
I suppose that goes down to like different aspects of how you deal with the chaos in your mind. I know myself, like obviously people being around and stuff, but I like to go in the tank, shut my eyes, and
meditate.
You know, there could be a World War III happening round about me, but you're just you're away in your zone, and that's where I find my peace. So probably similarities.
I'm get a good piece of music.
I'm different.
Just tune into the music.
I like to watch everything that's going.
You're doing well.
Especially in the competition. Everyone else is talking, and you're just sitting there concentrating.
That's right.
But again, I was always on the lookout because I just can't sit still.
And I remember the times training, going to do the first hour and all that, and it was me and you on opposite sides of the tank, saying, big guy, lumberjack, you'll meet him and all that, you and him are going to be sharing a tank when you're training, and we think, who is this guy, lumberjack? And you get to meet you, and then it's like tunes on, right, we're singing and all that, and your way was dead, like, energetic, like that, singing. And that works as well, like.
But no, it's different. It's nice to have a wee bit of backing music, but I wouldn't sing away because I knew it can drain your energy.
Absolutely.
Again, it depends what you're doing. If you're wanting to sit there and win competitions and stuff like that, then if you're going in and you just want a wee sort of therapy dip, you've got your therapy dip, but then you've got your training dip as well, where you maybe go your 10 minutes, 20 minutes. As I say, but you build up to all that, and I suppose you could do different things at different times. If you're in for a long time, obviously it's about keeping your energy.
Conservation.
I think sometimes as well, like, you need to remember, every time you approach the ice is different. because you've maybe ate differently, you maybe feel differently, you maybe got something going on in your own life. So every time you step up to that tank, you're stepping up in a different state.
Aye,
So
absolutely.
even a champion like yourself who's done 6 hours and a minute, not forget the minute. It's
It's all
like
important in a minute, aye.
you can't take for granted that every time you step up to a tank, you're going to be able to perform in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another thing that Valerie Morsy said as well, is every time you come to tank, you learn something. You
Oh,
learn
definitely.
something about yourself, you learn something about your body, and you learn something about your mind. That's it. Like, you could go back, any one of us, like having done records yourself, could go back to do the exact same record and not do it.
Yep.
Or smash it. Like, we never know what's going to come. And I think that's the beauty in the cold, and the beauty in the ice, and the beauty in just cold therapy itself, is it's never the same. And I think that's what keeps it, I think that's what makes it so therapeutic.
Aye.
Is because you're giving yourself a challenge every single time.
Yep, absolutely, aye.
Noticing on the camera Jack shaking.
Right.
This is where a lot of people will maybe, say that, right, that's enough, that's time to get out and all of that. It's no, that is the body doing what the body should be doing. This is what we learnt as well. That's your body heating yourself up. That's like when you turn your central heating system on, your boiler firing up. So it's no a thing to panic about.
No.
That's totally natural.
Yep, so the kind of process that's at work there is the friction between the muscle fibres is heating up the blood, which in turn is heating up the internal organs and keeping Jack warm. I suppose kind of after you've been doing it a while, it becomes second nature to see the shiver, and it's just, part of the process.
Aye.
But watching that as somebody who's kind of new to this kind of sport, you would probably say, right, he's had plenty. We can assure you that's
just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
If you get the shiver and then the shivering stops, that's when you need to start checking other things. But right now, body's working absolutely fine because it's shivering away there. Fiona just took the temperature. The temperature's absolutely
fine. The temperature's fine. He's warmer than me. Find out just a wee bit of you. Just like, what's your world outside the ice?
Outside the ice.
Because I think we're going to probably stop talking to you soon, let you conserve your energy and stuff.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit.
So at home we've got, obviously, me, the missus, and 5 kids. We've got 2 kids to previous. You got 3 of them have got something called Noonan syndrome. There's lots of medical stuff going on there. School runs, clubs for the kids, and then you've got my Wednesday night. So my Wednesday night is all about me. I do what I want to do, and that's me either coming here, going in a tub of ice, or going to a waterfall, going to a lake, doing a paddleboard, something just for me. Other than that, that's me. I'm a family man.
Yep, absolutely. And you find it really does recharge you then that Wednesday night?
Yes.
It's kind of...
It keeps me going for the next week.
Yeah, and that's more of the kind of therapeutic side of the sport, I suppose, because there is 2 sides to this, isn't there? There's like I'm just going to do this and it's going to clear my head, I'm going to feel good, it's going to energise me, like your cold showers, your cold water dips, and then you've got the more serious side, which is something that's a real growing sport across the world at the moment.
Yep.
So I suppose we're kind of unique to be able to experience both sides of that.
Yep. So Jack, we'll let you conserve your energy.
You can do what you want.
We'll be right here. Keep taking your temperature and stuff, keep you going, but you're going to last a while anyway. Thanks. First episode of Chitter Chatter. Here's Jack Allsop.
See you later, guys.